What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, Financial Advisor. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is TBLT, Toughbuilt Industries. This finishes at $7.98 today. That is up 39.51%. So we analyzed this stock 1 month ago when this first started getting momentum. I did say that 180 would be a really good entry, and since then it's gone up quite a bit, all the way to $8. So definitely short squeezing here, and it looks like it's not done just yet. So this did make top 10 on StockTwits today. I believe it was number 3 after SPY and Snap. Had over 6,000 mentions, so once again we're going to analyze it. So no company specific news to justify this price action today. This is definitely social media driven. Volume has been going crazy the past couple of days. It's just the apes in here still trying to squeeze the stock even more. So I'm very happy for the apes. Just be careful at this point. It's never a bad idea to take profits. But alright, let's jump right in. Let's go ahead and analyze here. So right now, this appears to be a cup and handle in the making. Bottom of the cup being the low of 134. And there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 1025, 1325, 2030, 3410, or 4160. And longer term, this is part of an even bigger cup and handle where this has the potential to go all the way back up to 105. So those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And then we have a triple gap down. First gap down is back here at 99.70. So that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to 99.70 to fill this gap. Second gap down is back here at 75.90. So another bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 75.90 to fill this gap. And third gap down is back here at 24.80. So another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 24.80 to fill this gap. And it may take a while for those gaps to fill, but eventually in the long term they should. Here we have an ascending wedge forming. Right now this is consolidating between 940. So there's a bit more consolidation to go, but this should consolidate somewhere around 790, which is where it's around right now. And then from there, it should break out to the downside. So the ascending wedge is currently a bearish indicator. And we also have this bear flag forming. Here's the flagpole, and here's the flag. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock may break out to the downside. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 845 and 770. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 845, 895, 955, 1025, 1115, 1210. 1325, 1470, 1610, and then 2030. There is resistance above 2030, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 770, 735, 675, $6, 515, 475, 430, 380, 335, 285, 240, 210, 180, and then the low of 135. So right now at the current price, $8. The channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 950 to the upside, the channel starts to open up and get really wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 950. RSI is currently at 76, so this is officially in overbought and overvalued territory, so be careful guys. And this did 138 million in volume today, which is the second biggest volume day of the year, way above the average of 1.7 million. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So long term, the stock looks really bullish. We got some very strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle and triple gap down. In the short term, this appears like it's still squeezing, so there may be a little bit more upside to go, but as with every short squeeze, it'll have to come crashing down eventually, just a matter of when, not if. So be very careful guys. Short term, this is starting to look very bearish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend it. You missed a lot of upside already. You could have went long really anywhere in the $1 to $5 range. And here at $8, it's a bit too late. There may be more upside to go because, again, the squeeze is still on, but it's very dangerous at this point. It's pretty much a game of hot potato. I would say at the most, this comes back up to around $25 to fill the gap there in the short term. And from the current price of $8, that would be over a 210% upside potential. So while it definitely is possible, this keeps squeezing in the short term, I don't really think there's too much more upside to go. And again, there is a gap up at 245, and that gap should eventually fill. So from the current price $8 down to 245, that would be about a 70% downside potential. So I would say going long at the current price $8 would be a high risk, high reward play. You definitely can make money, just a bit too dangerous for my liking. So if you want to go long, please do that at your own risk. And I would say have an exit plan. make sure you set your sell orders. Honestly, selling here at $8 is already a pretty good time to exit if you're currently in the stock. But if you're currently not in the stock and you want to get in, I would say hold off to 245 where the gap is. It should eventually come back down there. May take a little bit, but eventually it should come back down there. And I think 245 would be an excellent entry. And again, in the long term, this should come back up to $100 to fill the gap there. So from 245 up to about 100, where the gap is, that would be about a 4,000% upside potential. So I would say going long at 245 would be a low risk, extremely high reward play. Excellent entry. Really can't go too wrong there. So I don't like the current entry of $8, but I can support going along at 245. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down at these supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play to me. Again, according to the RSI, $8 is overbought and overvalued. This will probably run to the upside for a little bit longer, maybe a few more trading sessions. But like I said, as with every short squeeze, this will have to come crashing down, just a matter of when, not if. So again, I do believe this has the potential to go back up to $25 in the short term to fill the gap, although that's pretty unlikely. And again, this should come back down to 245 to fill the gap there, which would be about a 70% downside potential. So I would say going short here at $8 would be a medium risk, high reward play. Definitely worth a shot in my opinion. I say medium risk because, again, this is still in the middle of a short squeeze, so there is still risk involved, although I believe it's not going to go too much higher to the upside. And I say very high reward play because 70% downside potential here. So as long as you're able to withstand some upside pressure, you should be able to make some pretty fat money here on the downside. So I can support going short at the current price, $8, and higher. And again, I would cover at 245 where the gap is. So pretty straightforward, guys. It's been a really rough year for the stock. Pulled back all the way from 105 down to the $1 range. But the stock still looks really bullish in the long term. And in the short term, it's been squeezing, and the squeeze is still on. So there's probably a bit more upside to go in the short term. But at some point, sooner or later, this will probably reverse and pull back pretty significantly. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I think you missed your chance. You missed a lot of upside already in the past week. And at this point, it would probably be FOMO going long here. It's actually a good time to sell if you're currently holding the stock. So if you want to go long, please do that at your own risk. But if you're currently not in the stock, it would be a lot better to just hold off and wait until this fills the gap at 245. That would be an excellent entry. Huge upside potential in the long term. Really can't go too wrong there. And if you want to go short, looks like a pretty decent play. $8, really good entry on the short side right now. Overbought, overvalued, according to the RSI. 3 gaps to fill on the downside. And while this is still squeezing, it really shouldn't go too much further to the upside. It should be coming to an end pretty soon. As long as you're able to withstand some upside pressure, you should be able to make 70% to the downside here relatively easily. So I can support going short at $8. And again, I would cover at 245 where the gap is. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is TBLT, Toughbuilt Industries. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please, like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out.